Hi guys, welcome to another video in a series of how to pass your theory test very easily. So today I'm going to show you how to actually understand the questions on this theory test, okay? A lot of people really struggle. Now, if you're one of these people that actually struggles to pass your theory test or get a really good decent score on it, or really just don't understand everything, this video is for you. So stick around. Watch till the end. I'm going to show you how to understand the question, how to get your scores higher, and how to pass this theory test very easily. So we'll do the theory test. I'm going to do the practice revision questions. You can do 50 questions as you want. We're going to do the practice revision questions. We're going to do all the categories except the videos for this video anyway. Click continue. 20 questions is what I'm going to show you how to do. Question number 1. What can you expect if you drive using rapid acceleration and heavy braking? Now, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Hopefully you're playing along with this as well, guys. You're playing along so you can actually understand what it is. So I'll give you 5 seconds to write your answers down. Is it increased fuel consumption, reduced pollution, increased road safety, or reduced exhaust emissions? If you answered A, it's the correct answer. Let's read the question again. What can you expect if you drive using rapid acceleration and heavy braking? So rapid acceleration is quick acceleration, lots of acceleration and so on, and heavy braking. So if you accelerate quickly, brake heavily, brake late and everything, you are going to use more fuel. So overall, it's going to cost you more money to put fuel in your car, yeah? Reduce pollution? No, it actually pollutes the atmosphere even more. Increase road safety? Well, you're not going to increase the road safety, decreasing road safety because your driving is technically erratic, yeah? Reduced exhaust emissions? No, you're going to create more exhaust emissions, so that's not a good idea either. So the answer, if you said A, well done. Question number 2, what does this sign mean? So again, you've got 5 seconds. Is it no through road, T-junction, toilet ahead, or telephone box ahead? I love some of these answers. Some of these answers are amazing. The answer is no through road, or some people call it a dead end. So it's really basically telling us here, you can see it's a big T. The red at the end basically means you can drive into this road, but you have to turn around again and come back out again, okay? You can't go anywhere else. So no through basically means you can't go out of this road into these directions. You have to come back on itself, okay? Let's look at the other options. T-junction, well, we know it's not a T-junction because you can't continue left or you can't continue right. Toilet ahead, we'll say no more on that really. Telephone box ahead, no, it is a no through road sign. Let's click on to question 3. How should you react to inexperienced drivers? Should you sound your horn to warn them of your presence, overtake them as soon as possible, flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed, or be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly? Let's read the question again. How should you react to inexperienced drivers? Remember, the drivers maybe potentially just passed the driving test. They're very inexperienced, okay? Now, if you sound your horn to warn them of your presence, will you scare them? Most likely. So that's not a good idea. The answer we know is D. You got to be patient. Be patient with them, yeah? Give them lots of space to do what they want to do. Let's look at B. Overtake them as soon as possible. Would it be safe to overtake them? Remember, they're inexperienced. What if they suddenly move over or something, yeah? What if they suddenly, can just turn left or right, whatever else, without checking? Remember, they are inexperienced drivers. So you've got to look in that sense, what was the safest thing for you to do? Flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed. Well, do they understand what you want them to do? Most likely not. So you don't really want to flash your headlights, tell them that it's safe for them to proceed. What's the official meaning of flashing your headlights? It's really to warn somebody of your presence, and you shouldn't be using that in this situation here. So yeah, be patient with them and prepare for them to react more slowly. Question 4. Why is it dangerous to leave rear fog lights switched on after the fog has cleared? The bulbs will fail. They may be confused with brake lights, direction indicators may not work properly, or electrical systems could be overloaded. The answer is B. They may be confused with brake lights. Let's look at it. So your rear fog lights is a bright light, just as bright as your brake lights. So when you press your brake pedal, obviously your brake light's coming on the back of your car, which are red. Your fog light is just as bright as that. And if you leave your fog light on, even after the fog is cleared, somebody behind you might not see when you actually brake in. So they could be confused as brake lights. So yes, they could get confused with your brake lights. As always, when the fog is cleared, switch your fog lights off. Question 5. What does this arm signal mean? The driver intends to turn right, the driver wishes to overtake, the driver is slowing down, or the driver intends to turn left. So in this case, we know the answer is D. The driver intends to turn left. The turn right signal is you sticking your hand out the window on your right side. The driver wishes to overtake. Nope. There's no signal there. The driver is slowing down, and that's very similar. These two, the driver intends to turn left and they're slowing down. They look very similar. When it's slowing down, they're waving the arm just up and down. Whereas this one, the turn left, they're waving the arm round in a circle motion. When would you use this? If like your rear lights have failed. So if your brake lights aren't working or your indicators aren't working, you will actually use arm signals. D is the correct answer. The driver intends to turn left. Question 6. Which vehicle might have to take a different course from normal at a roundabout? A long vehicle, a van, a sports car, or an estate car? The answer is A, a long vehicle. Longer vehicles, obviously, they need more room to move, more room to turn, so they will take a different course from normal at a roundabout. So, for example, they might stay in the left-hand lane to turn right. That would be classed as a different course. Or if they were going to take a left turn at the roundabout, they might move all the way right and then turn left into that left first junction, whatever else, because they obviously it's a long vehicle. They need the back of the vehicle to actually not go on the pavement. Yeah, those are classed as a different course. Yeah, so long vehicle is the answer. A van should normally be in the normal lane positioning. Same with a sports car and an estate car. Very similar, so they should take your normal road positioning at a roundabout. So long vehicle is the answer. Well done. Question 7. What makes your tyres illegal? If they're of different makes, if they have any large deep cuts in the sidewall, if they were bought second-hand, if they have different tread patterns. What makes your tyres illegal is B, if they have any large deep cuts in the side wall of the tyre. The side wall of the tyre being, if that's your tyre, that little bit there, that's your side wall. If there's cuts or bulges in there, that makes your tyres illegal. That would fail an MOT, so you would obviously have to get those tyres changed. If they're of different makes, now that doesn't matter. You can have tyres of different makes as long as they're exactly the same size of tyre recommended for your vehicle, that's fine. If they're bought secondhand, that again is not an issue. That doesn't make it illegal, that's absolutely fine, but they must be the same size. If they have different tread patterns, again, that doesn't matter really. However, it's kind of good to actually have the same tread pattern. It's good to have the same brand and the same model of the tyre. Answer this one, if they have any large, deep cuts in the sidewall of the tyre, makes them illegal. Question 8. When will a new car need its first MOT test? When it's 3 years old, when it's 7 years old, when it's 5 years old, or when it's 1 year old? So the answer is when it's 3 years old. So if you buy a brand new car, you don't need to get its MOT'd until its 3rd birthday, because the cars, brand new cars, should be absolutely fine. There shouldn't be anything wrong with them, issues, as long as you've not had accidents or crashes or anything like that. On its 3rd birthday, then you need to start having it MOT, and then an MOT is done every single year after that to make sure it is safe to drive on the UK roads. Okay, MOT tests everything. So your MOT could basically test. Yeah, well, they'll have a look at your tyres, the wheels, the suspension, or your whole body of the vehicle to make sure nothing is, sticking out or that could cause damage to anybody. They'll check all your bulbs working, left, right, and centre. Yeah, your brake lights, your interior. They'll make sure your dash lights are okay, your seat belts are working, and any warning lights. There's so much more that they check. The structure, integrity of the vehicle as well, okay? Any rust anywhere, that's going to cause maybe corrosion. They'll check so many things. Okay, that's what an MOT is. So we know it's 3 years. Question number 9. What should you do if the amber light starts to come on and a warning sounds while you're driving over a level crossing? Keep going and clear the crossing. Stop and reverse back to clear the crossing. Stop immediately and use your hazard warning lights. Get everyone out of the vehicle immediately. So let's read the question again, guys. What should you do if the amber lights come on and the warning sounds while you're driving over the level crossing? So it's a case of reading the question carefully. Read it a few times so you understand what's what, okay? So this is telling us amber light has come on and the warning sounds while you're driving over the level crossing. That basically means it's probably best you don't stop, you keep on going because the amber light has just started. When the red starts to flash, the barriers normally come down at the level crossing, and that's fine. So if you're just going over the crossing like this is suggesting, you keep on going. So yeah, keep going and clear the crossing. That is the safest option. Let's look at the other option. Stop and reverse back. No, why would you want to do that? That's not safe. Stop immediately and use your hazard warning lights. Well, you're going to stop on a crossing where a train's coming, so we don't want to do that, okay? Keep going. Get everyone out of the vehicle immediately? Well, you haven't broken down. If you've broken down, then yeah, then get everybody out of the vehicle immediately. But here, it's keep going and clear the crossing because we're already driving over it. You're not before it. Question 10. You're traveling along a single track road. There's a passing place on your right. What should you do if you see a vehicle coming towards you? Stop in the passing place. Continue along the single track road. move over onto the verge, or wait opposite the passing place. The clue is in the question. There's a passing place on your right. Now, ideally, if we're on a single track road and you have a vehicle coming towards you, you should move to your left-hand side and stop. But this is telling us that the parking place or the passing place is on your right. You shouldn't really move onto the right-hand side of there. That's what that car to do. He is going to move onto his left, allow you the space to carry on going straight on. So you don't want to be pulling up on the right-hand side. You don't want to stop in the passing place. Continue along the single track road. Well, where can you continue? It's a single track road with your car coming towards you, okay? Move onto the verge, probably not safe. Or wait opposite the passing place, or just before the passing place. Yeah, that would make the safest option. So D is the correct answer. You want to stop just before the passing place on the right, so the oncoming vehicle can actually stop in his passing place, and then you can continue. Question 11. It's very windy. What should you do if you're behind a motorcyclist who's overtaking a high-sided vehicle? Keep well back. Stay level with the motorcyclist. Keep close to the motorcyclist. Overtake the motorcyclist immediately. Okay, so it's very windy. Lots of clues there. It's very windy. You're behind a motorcyclist who's overtaken a high-sided vehicle. A high-sided vehicle is a large lorry, a tall lorry. We know it's windy, so the tall lorry is probably going to be weaving in and out because of the wind. They don't have control with that, okay? If they move in and out, there's an issue there. Keep well back. That would be a safe option, wouldn't it, yeah? If you're going to stay level with it, that means you're going to be next to it. The motorcycle is not going to be safe to overtake this. You're going to be in the motorcyclist's way. Keep close to the motorcyclist. Well, it's windy. You got a motorcycle and a high-sided vehicle there. So that would be dangerous, yeah? Overtake the cyclist immediately? Or what if it's not safe to overtake? The motorcyclist has overtaken the lorry already. Let the motorcyclist continue and finish overtaking before you decide to overtake the lorry as well. So keep well back is the safest option. Does that make sense? Remember what I'm saying? Read the question very carefully. Pick out the key sections on it. It's windy. That's very important to think about this, okay? You're behind a motorcyclist. That's important. And the motorcyclist is also overtaking the lorry. All those little things are very important to take into consideration to give you a safe option. And that keep well back would be the most common sense answer here. Question 12. There's been a heavy fall of snow. What should you consider before driving in these conditions? Whether you should fit an amber flashing beacon to your car, whether you should drive without wearing your seatbelt, whether you should wear sunglasses to reduce the glare, or whether your journey is essential. So again, let's read the question. There's been a very heavy fall of snow. So there's a very big clue there. Heavy fall of snow, which means driving on the roads is going to be a lot more tricky, a lot more difficult, potentially a lot more dangerous as well. Lots of accidents happen because of lots of snowfall. So you've got to sort of think, is your journey actually essential? If it isn't, then basically just don't drive. Might be safer just to stay at home. So the question is asked us, what should you consider before driving in these conditions? Remember, we've got heavy fall of snow. Whether you should fit an amber flashing beacon to your car. Well, there's no necessary need for that, okay? Because you're not going to be, your vehicle doesn't actually permanently drive slowly like a snow plow would do, a snow gritter would do, an emergency breakdown vehicle, that sort of thing. They're the ones that will drive slow. Whether you should drive without any seatbelt? Well, you should drive with your seatbelt on. It's a legal requirement. Whether you should wear sunglasses to reduce the glare? I mean, you could do that if it's daytime. It could be, there could be a glare off the ground, but is it safe to go? So yeah, whether your journey is essential is the correct answer. D is the correct answer here, guys. Yeah? Question 13. Your vehicle is broken down on a motorway. In which direction should you walk to find the nearest emergency telephone? Facing oncoming traffic, with the flow of traffic, in the direction of the nearest exit, or in the direction shown on the marker posts? D is the correct answer. So on the motorway, you'll have, on the hard shoulder, you will have marker posts there every 100 yards or so, and they'll have an arrow direction telling you to walk that way to get to the emergency telephone. Ideally, use the emergency telephone that's on the motorways instead of your mobile telephone. The idea for that is the emergency telephones on the motorways, they know exactly, the operator knows exactly where you're located, whether you're northbound or southbound, which motorway you're on, which section of that motorway you're on as well, so they can get the emergency service to you very quickly. So yeah, D is the correct answer on this one, in the direction shown on the marker posts, okay? Question 14. You're traveling behind a bus. What should you do if it pulls up at a bus stop? Sound your horn. Look for pedestrians. Accelerate past the bus. Pull in closely behind the bus. The answer is look for pedestrians. Let's think about it. You're traveling behind the bus. The bus is going to pull up at a bus stop. Who's going to be on the bus? People, passengers. Either people getting on the bus or getting off the bus. You do find quite often somebody will walk, if the bus is parked there and you're just about to overtake it, somebody will walk out in front of the bus here, which you won't be able to see. So it's safer to actually look for pedestrians. Maybe slow down a little bit. Move away from the bus if it's safe to do so, okay? Keep your eye as you're about to overtake the bus. Is anybody going to step out and run out in front of you? Look at those little sections. Sound your horn. Don't necessarily need to unless somebody does walk out. Accelerate past the bus. That would be silly to do because you don't know if somebody's going to walk out. Best to slow down and be prepared to stop. Pulling closely behind the bus. Well, the bus has stopped. Why don't we just safely overtake it if it's safe to do so? Yeah, so the answer here is look for pedestrians. Question 15. What should you do when you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time? Maintain your speed, accelerate hard, be ready to stop, or brake hard. What should you do when you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time? Be ready to stop. Those green lights might change, so you have to expect them to change as you approach them. Remember, it's telling us the clue. They've been green for some time. It says the big chance those lights are going to change soon. So if you're ready, if you're already planning to ready to stop, it will work in your favor. It'll be the safest option, okay? If you maintain your speed, if they change, well, you may go through a red light or have an accident. If you accelerate hard, again, same thing. If the lights change, you most likely will go through a red traffic light, which is dangerous and illegal, and you may have an accident. Brake hard. Why are we doing a brake hard when we can actually plan earlier so the car behind us doesn't hit us? So yeah, be ready to stop on time. Question 16. Which color follows a green signal at a puffin crossing? Steady red, steady amber, flashing amber, or flashing green? Which color follows the green signal at a puffin crossing? The answer is steady amber. In fact, regardless of what color, what type of traffic light you have or crossing you have, after you see a green light, it always go to a steady amber, then followed by a steady red. Okay, so after a green, it's always going to go to amber, then to red. Easy way to think about it. Every single traffic light does that. Okay, flashing amber, that is after a red light on a pelican crossing. You don't get flashing green. Steady red is the first light you see, and that is what you see after the steady amber. In this question, the answer is B, steady amber. Question 17. You're driving on a road with several lanes. What do the signs above the lanes mean? Traffic in the left lanes should stop. The two left lanes are open. Traffic in the right lane should stop. The two right lanes are open. So let's look at this. The two right lanes, basically we've got two X's above, which means do not use these lanes. You cannot use those lanes. You need to get out of them. The middle lane here is telling, with the arrow pointing left, it's telling the people in this middle lane to move into the two left-hand lanes. It is not safe to drive in the middle lane. The two left-hand lanes, we've got the green arrows pointing down towards the two left lanes, telling us use these two lanes. And then keep left unless you're overtaking. So this will be your overtaking lane. Keep left unless you're overtaking. So let's look at the options again. Traffic in the left-hand lane should stop. No, the traffic in left-hand lanes can continue because we've got the green arrows. The two left-hand lanes are open. Yes, that's correct. Traffic in the right lane should stop. No, it just means don't use these. The two right lanes are open. No, the two right lanes are closed. So we know B is the correct answer. Two left-hand lanes are open. Question 18. You're driving at night with your headlights on main beam. A vehicle is overtaking you. When should you dip your headlights? Sometime after the vehicle has passed you. As soon as the vehicle passes you. Before the vehicle starts to pass you. Only if the other driver dips the headlights. You're driving at night with your headlights on main beam. A vehicle is overtaking you. When should you dip your headlights? So the answer is B. As soon as the vehicle passes you. Let's look at the other options. Sometime after the vehicle has passed you. Well, if that's the case, you're going to blind the driver that's just passed you because you're leaving your main beam or your full beam still on. So you need to switch them off. Okay. Before the vehicle starts to pass you, that would also kind of like make sense as well. That could be a good option. Only if the other driver dips the headlights. Well, no, that's just not safe. As soon as the vehicle passes you is the correct answer. Question 19. What's a rumble device designed to do? Prevent cattle escaping, alert you to low tire pressures, give directions, or alert you to a hazard. So the rumble device in this instance are these yellow strips. Yeah, these yellow lines going across the road. The answer is D, alert you to a hazard. In this instance, it's alerting you there's a roundabout coming up. We can see in the distance, there's a roundabout coming up. We can just see that black sign there. And also you've got these countdown markers there. The green board with the one white stripe, which means we're 100 yards away from the roundabout. This is warning you, I can see, we're on a dual carriage of some sort. Most likely speed limit is most likely 70 on this road. So it's alerting you need to slow down due to this hazard. So yes, let's look at the other options. Prevent cattle escaping, not on these roads. Alert you to low tire pressure, that will tell you something in your car rather than on the floor. Give directions, no, that's these signs here. Rumble strips don't give you directions. So the answer is D, alert you to a hazard. And the last question for today's is, you're turning right at a crossroad and an oncoming driver is also turning right. What's the advantage of turning behind the oncoming vehicle? You'll use less fuel because you can stay in a higher gear. You'll have a clearer view of any approaching traffic. You'll have more time to turn, or you'll be able to turn without stopping. Now, this can be a little bit confusing. The question is a little bit confusing. So I'm going to show you with the demo on the cars. What does it mean? What's the advantage of turning behind the oncoming vehicle? So at a crossroad, you want to turn right, and so does the oncoming vehicle. So let's get our little cars here. So that's you. You want to turn right, and so does this car here as well at a crossroad junction. So this is saying, what's the advantage of you turning right behind this vehicle this way, then turning right here? This is called offside to offside. Offside being this side of your car. Near side will be the left-hand side, which is the nearest side to the curb. If my pencil here was the curb, this will be near side. This is classed as your offside of the vehicle. So this will be classed as offside to offside turn. So both your cars are turning like this. Yeah, and then this car is going to go into your road like you are, and this car is going to turn his right as well. The advantage you have here is your view is better of anything coming towards you. The other option you can do is he can turn early, and you can also turn this way. Now, this is called near side to near side turning, but your view of oncoming vehicles here is very restricted, so it's not the safest option. So the question here is, what's the advantage of turning behind the oncoming vehicle? This is the oncoming vehicle. You've got a clearer view. So yeah, you'll be able to turn. Oh, where's the answer? Is B. You'll have a clearer view of any approaching traffic. I almost got the wrong one there, didn't I? Yeah. So yes, B is the correct answer here. So there we got 20 out of 20. We've got all 20 questions correct. This is how you're going to pass your theory test, guys. Understand the question. Read it a few times. Read the answers a few times as well. Once you start to understand the question, everything will make sense. That is it. That's all you got to really think about. Don't rush it. Don't memorize it. Understand the question. Because when you go for your actual driving lesson, when you're driving, everything will start to make sense. If you've got good benefit, good use from this video, drop me a subscribe. Watch my other videos as well. Leave a comment down in the section below as well. See you in the next video.